Oh, we're live. Should have done that before. We're live, yes. Very live. Love to be live. Being live, being alive is all I want in life. Well, maybe not all I want, but it's up there. Hmm? What was that sound? Something bad happened? Yeah, it's probably nothing. It's probably nothing. Wow, you're here. How are you here already? That's some. That's how are you. I, 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 boo, boo indeed. You're scary so and so. Goodness me. Remembered me. I just got the chat up. You're a scary boy. That's what you are. Scary boy. Stream up. Very good. Okay. Stream is up. I have the chat in front of me. Ooh, Twinkie Mouse. At work right now. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. I can't wait to see the flood edit when it comes out. Thank you, thank you. It's gonna be a bit. Maybe not that bit. I'm sort of picking up speed as I go. It always, I'm begin like in a state of like, ooh, I don't know, but then I'm like, I'm getting like, as I go along, and right now I'm redrafting a few sections in the thing I've already done, but should work out good because it'll be a better product overall, make more sense. I've got a 1 hour break that starts at 5. That was convenient. That was convenient. Ah, very convenient. Love it when that happens. When things just line up like that. Oh boy. Anyway, I've done a fair amount of stuff. Excuse me. I've done a fair amount of stuff off stream. Yes. I've basically fully rearranged this section here, and I'm in the middle of rearranging this one. Let's see. Let's just demonstrate.
Alien threat they called simply
How's the how are the how the audio levels? This how's the how did how, I'm in the middle of rearranging this one. Let's see. Let's just demonstrate.
alien threat they called simply.
How's the how? Okay, I am in fact louder than the thing itself, which is fine by me. Yes, fine indeed. Mm, that should work just fine.
From the heavens.
A deeply alien threat they called simply the flood.
One day.
An unstoppable force.
Wait, my voice is quiet? What? Fine by me.
A deeply alien threat they called.
I is it that quiet? It's kind of it's weird. Things should be slightly. I don't it's all balanced on my end. The voice is quiet in comparison to the other stuff.
From the heavens.
A deeply alien threat they called simply the flood.
One day.
An unstoppable force.
Children of death were set upon the cosmos.
An unquenchable thirst.
The beast.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
That they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join the fight. Too long to see the
So
threat.
we got this new section here that's different to how it was before. And I'm not quite satisfied with it, but I will be pretty soon.
And we are free.
I'm editing some very quiet music right now, and it completely drowns out the stream. And I have that cranked up, so I don't know. I'm gonna put up the levels a little bit. I can't actually put up the Okay, things are up higher now. That's as high as they go for my voice. That'll just have to be it.
And we are free.
To join the fight.
They feast on the essence of life itself.
The flood had spread too far and too wide.
The only way to stop their advance
They were
is to remove that life
the Forerunners.
on which they feast.
Cortana,
Just seeing little things to do, but I'm mostly just demonstrating.
On which they feast.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
This is the section that I've changed and finished changing.
Halo.
What the hell?
Look at it! Something scrambled the inside.
This ring. It's
I need to adjust the audio levels of them, but
Forerunner.
Recognize this, Benty?
Never seen it before.
Yes, the Forerunner built this place, what they called a fortress world, in order to...
It's not from an elite, and it sure as hell isn't human.
No, that can't be.
Jacob signal is close. Keep it tight.
My motion tracker reads friendly movement. 50 yards.
He's got contact! What? Oh my god!
What? Cranker! Call it out!
God!
The Covenant found something.
They're not Covenant! They're just there!
Buried in this ring, something horrible, and now
Nobody move.
they're afraid.
Our urge to create.
okay, so the other stuff should be normal in comparison.
Recognize this, Benty?
Let's adjust a few audio levels before we go back to the earlier section.
Halo.
What the hell?
Like that, you could do with a little bit of an increase.
Halo.
What the hell?
Look at it!
Halo.
What the hell?
Look at it!
Spooky, nice, good. That's what I was aiming for.
Something scrambled the inside.
This ring.
Halo.
What the hell?
Look at it! Something scrambled the inside.
This ring. It's Forerunner.
Recognize this, Benty?
Never seen it.
Recognize this, Benty?
Never seen it before.
Yes, the Forerunner built this place, what they called a fortress world, in order to...
It's not from an elite, and it
Recognize this, Benty?
It's Forerunner.
Recognize this, Benty?
never seen it before.
Yes, the Forerunner... Yes, the Forerunner built this place, what they called a fortress world, in order to...
It's not from an elite, and it sure as hell isn't human. It's not from an elite, and it sure as hell isn't human.
No, that can't be.
Jacob signal is close. Keep it tight.
My motion tracker reads friendly movement. 50 yards.
He's got contact! What? Oh my god!
What? Cranker! Call it out!
God!
The Covenant found something.
They're not Covenant! They're just there!
Buried in this ring, something horrible, and now
Nobody move.
they're afraid.
Our urge to create is immutable.
The angel's form is that of raw, unformed potential.
We are.
Yeah. I'm still happy with that. The thing I'm not quite sure about is just this. I don't think it's quite perfect. There's something that's missing.
Thirst.
The beast.
At first, they're
It's actually
One day,
An unstoppable force.
Children of death were set upon the cosmos.
An unquenchable thirst.
The beast.
It's probably this line here, the beast.
Were set upon the cosmos.
An unquenchable thirst.
The beast.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Soon we
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join the fight.
They feast on the essence.
I think this should go here.
The enemy you have faced.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join the fight.
They feast on the essence of life itself.
The flood had spread too far and too wide.
The only way to stop their advance
They were
is to remove that life.
How's the new job, by the way? New job. Yeah, I told you that in the Discords. New job is, it's technically on the training days. I sell flower subscriptions on the street. I gently accost people as they walk by next to a bicycle with flowers, and I tell them, hey, this company will deliver flowers right to your door. And if they stop and they sign up right then and there with the code and everything, then then I get a cut, basically. For the training days, I get a flat rate, but for the actual thing, I'll need to actually sell flowers in order to make money. And the thing is, it's been very inconsistent. Day 1, I got of proper selling. I got 1 actual sale. Day 2, I got 4. Today, which is technically day 3, I got big fat 0. So it's like after I've got 2 more training days. The first training day was just them basically explaining stuff to us before actual doing it. 2 more training days, and then thinking, is this really the way? Is this really reliable money? But hey, I'll give it a good old college try.
The only way to stop their advance
They were
is to remove that life
the Forerunners.
on which they feast.
I think this pitch, change speed, music editor, equalizer, no equalizer.
That life
The Forerunners.
on which they feast.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at? Halo.
Alright, yeah, that feels good. Is there a line to put here that works better?
Called simply the Flood.
One day,
An unstoppable force.
children of death were set upon the cosmos.
An unquenchable thirst.
The beast.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join the fight.
They feast on the essence of life itself.
Maybe it's fine, actually.
On the cosmos.
An unquenchable
Well, I wish you the best, although I will not be signing up monthly. Flowers would be enough pollen to kill me, props. You know what's funny? I actually get hay fever pretty hard in like pollen season, so I'm really playing with fire with this new occupation.
thirst.
The beast.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Were set upon the cosmos.
An unquenchable thirst.
The beast.
One day,
An unstoppable force.
children of death were set upon the cosmos.
An unquenchable thirst.
The
Alright. Actually, you know what I think I know exactly what I need. I actually deleted it before, so I'm gonna have to go get it again. But I just want to see how it sounds. Yeah, there we go.
Is it possible? Have we gotten ahead of it? Flood infestation detected, my lord. Damn it. My lord, the infestation is in a remote locale. Perhaps we warn the Forerunners? If we warn them, we give the flood time to spread. You'll know we have no choice. Cleanse the planet. Snap what's milk.
I low-key really like the Halo 4 terminals. Like, they're not as plentiful, obviously, as earlier ones, but the production value is notably, like, souped up a bit.
Cleanse the planet.
Well, just compared to the Halo Anniversary ones. It's quite conspicuous that there's half the amount of content as the Halo Anniversary ones, and it's probably because of like resource management. But yeah. One day of asking for a Jameson edit. What? Member for 3 months. Arbiter tier. Why did my message do that? I know, because you've been a member for 3 months, I guess. Why is it prompting me to buy my own membership? That's just strange. First day of asking for Jameson. Oh boy, this is going to be a thing, isn't it? You're gonna make this a thing. You're quite determined.
Cleanse the.
It'll happen one day. It'll be part of a larger Oni edit. Though Jameson does have enough content, old Locky boy, to get one of his own. But I feel that I was sort of hoping that Halo Infinite would have like an appearance of Jameson, and maybe that whole rumor of him like dying would be a thing. Because I could have done something with that being a definitive ending. It would have worked. But I feel like he's too open-ended as a character to do something with right now. Anyway. I did the wrong thing. I did it again.
Cleanse the planet.
Okay, wait. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we're going to take this into the old editor. I'm going to no, this is me asking for solo, and I will prevail if it takes him 2 months, 2 years. If they release another thing with Jameson in it, like Halo 7, he'll be up there. He really will be. I just had a random thought that, like, what's the possibility of them getting the actual, like, actor who was supposed to play him in the Halo 5 and did play him in Halo Nightfall and several of the trailers? What's the possibility of getting them back to, like, redub the entirety of, like, Halo 5? What could that happen? Would that be worth it? I would like it to be the case, because it bothers me that it's different and it's just down to, you know, like, problems of availability.
Voice. Cleanse the planet.
Did I even make a difference?
Cleanse. Cleanse the planet. Cleanse the planet. Cleanse the planet.
To put it through a whole bunch of things to reduce the audio to begin with. And now I can go here and I can magically put it down here. Just gonna match it to that in a second. So I'm gonna put it down here. I'm gonna put it on that. I'm gonna bring it back up here. Gonna match them up.
Cleanse the planet.
Huh, wait a minute.
Cleanse the planet.
Oh boy, that's a whole string. I'm sorry, it has to be done. I'm sure all three of his fans will be very happy. Yes, it'll do numbers. Do such numbers. Complete coincidence, I just finally got to put your lines in the edit. Ooh, nice. You managed to time one perfectly to the music, so that's neat. Nice. You love it when that happens. Let me guess. There's like a little bit of a rise and a fall, like a couple of musical notes, and the way that I put it, like the words like pop on the moment, right? That's such a nice feeling when that happens. You can't have it in every place. You gotta pick your battles. But when it does happen, it's like, ooh, love that.
Cleanse the planet. Cleanse the planet. Cleanse the planet.
A cradle.
Cleanse the planet.
Okay, I just want to see how it sounds. I just want to see how it sounds here. It's not necessarily the right thing.
Cleanse the planet.
All right. What? I did it again. No. Ah. I did a funny thing yesterday. You know that Amazon Fallout TV show? It's apparently, according to Mandy, the casting website, doing a live action competitive themed game show themed around Fallout, of course.
One day.
And I applied for it. I applied to be in the Fallout game show. I sent a funny little self tape because one of the categories they wanted for a contestant of the game show was a professional actor over 21. And I'm not like a big deal or anything, but I am acting professionally as a part of my job. I do it professionally as like things here and there. I am pursuing it. So there's a small chance that I could be in the Fallout fucking um game show, which would be so funny if I were. That's I know it would be so funny. I have a back and forth between you and Mace Windu going on, where each dialogue flows to something the other says, which I'm not sure it works, but it's timing to the music. I'm taking it as a sign. Sometimes you gotta take it as a sign. Sometimes you also have to ignore that sign. But signs, don't ever underestimate the signs. They gotta be respected. You gotta consider them. Like in this edit, I've had signs that like, yo, this flows really well, but I'm thinking, no, thematically, this doesn't actually come together to be like larger than the soul of its parts. It's just two different like lines of thought that don't quite connect instead of a line of thought that does.
Were set upon the cosmos.
An unquenchable thirst.
Cleanse the planet.
Thirst.
Cleanse the planet.
An unquenchable thirst.
Cleanse the planet.
An unquenchable thirst.
Cleanse the planet.
At
Cleanse the planet. Cleanse the planet.
Something wrong here.
Cleanse the planet.
Ugh. It's doing a weird thing. It's doing a weird thing. It always does some kind of weird thing.
Cleanse the Cleanse the planet. Cleanse the planet.
An unquenchable thirst.
Cleanse the planet.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
Okay, so the choices here are either cleanse the planet, which sounds pretty good in context.
One day,
an unstoppable force.
The children of death were set upon the cosmos.
An unquenchable thirst.
Cleanse the planet.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join the fight.
They feast on the essence of life itself.
Alright, I've convinced myself. This is better, actually.
An unquenchable thirst.
The beast.
At first, their technology.
I just wish it was a bit more. Maybe I can just insert paste attributes. Maybe I can make it to sound a bit more like
First.
The beast.
First.
The beast.
Yeah, that sounds a little better actually. Yeah, that level of reverb, it fits a little bit more. He says increasing the reverb just a teeny bit.
Thirst.
The beast.
And decreasing the volume ever so slightly.
Thirst.
The beast.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join.
You have faced.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To
you have faced.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join the fight.
They feast on the essence.
Okay, here's a new decision. Is it better for it to be on the note, not quite on the note, slightly on the note, or not on the note at all? I prefer the other one myself. You prefer the beast one? Oh, that would be funny to see. It would be. I was taking a shower last night, and I had such a good idea for katana edit. And that I just don't want to do right now. But I had a vision, and I think it would be so good, and now it's gonna bother me. Well, I'm the guy to talk about that. Oh boy. The beast one, yeah. It was just bothering me that, like, I deleted that one clip, so it was like disincentivizing me to check, and I just wanted to check. And you know what? It works better. What's the idea for the katana video? If you could sort of articulate it in like text, because obviously like editing in this way it can be a bit like headspacey and it's vibey.
Might prevail.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join the fight.
I think I like that balance.
They waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
Like it's on it, but it's not quite on it, you know? And if I move it even a little bit, it'll probably...
They waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join...
I'll move it back the one.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And we are free.
To join the fight.
They feast on the essence of life itself.
The flood had spread too far and too wide.
The only way to stop their advance...
They were...
is to remove that life.
The Forerunners.
On which they feast.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
Halo. What the hell?
Look at it. Something scrambled the insides.
This ring. It's a Forerunner.
You recognize this, Benti? Never seen it before.
Yes, the Forerunner built this place, what they called a fortress world, in order to...
It's not from an elite, and it sure as hell isn't human.
No, that can't be.
Jacob's signal is close. Keep it tight.
This little short film is from Operation Gamma. I forget the YouTube channel, but it's just a simple little short film of some Spartans encountering a flood, one of their friends being flood infected, and I just kind of like it. It's a little charming little simple short film, and it's got this line that I thought, whoa, hey, that fits here, so it's in there now.
No, that can't be.
Jacob's signal is close. Keep it tight.
And this is of course the admittedly, notably higher quality corridor film crew CGI Halo film concept thing from, obviously that's the title of the video they made. You can see it, and it's got the little corridor thing at the start. But don't worry, you're not gonna be able to see it when I'm done with it. Oh no, no sir.
Keep it tight.
Chop out a watermark later. Actually, no, I can. No. I will do it later. We're going to visuals next. That's the next section, and so when we're doing that, we will work out. Yeah. Actually, probably wouldn't be a problem to. Probably could zoom in.
Motion tracker reads friendly movement.
Look at that! It's gone. I did it. Fine. Look, I did it. You forced my hand. I prefer the one, the Beast one. Yeah, I had a good idea for the flow of dialogue, VFX, and visuals without music. And I think it would be neat to do, but I'm working on enough vids. Yeah, you're working on like 10 of them, and I don't understand that at all. We've gone through that. Finally making serious progress on the Vader Joker. I can't stop now. I feel like I still don't understand how you're doing both. With the Joker video, are you starting with like the kind of mythological like multiple choice origin story, like, because I would imagine framing it around the the Killing Joke plus the Joker movie plus Jeremiah plus that one clip from The Batman plus Batman 89 plus what other ones would you add? The Telltale game. Like, there's a way to kind of like sequence them together, right? Is that how the Joker video is starting out? Here's the real question: how much of the Joker video are you leaning into like the implicit aspects of his not so much softer side, but like marginally more sympathetic side? The part of him that is more emotionally dynamic than just crazy guy. Where like he's got this connection with Batman, he's got this obsession with him, he's got this kind of like the Killing Joke in particular has the interaction where they're almost they're like remarkably candid with each other, and Batman's Bruce is like, we're gonna kill each other, and the Joker is almost like he almost his mask almost breaks, his mask almost falls down for a minute if it is a mask, and he's weirdly chill, considering all the things he's done that night. No sympathy, poor evil incarnate. Fair enough. I always find notion of like sympathy for the devil to be interesting. Potentially toxic as a trait, but like interesting. Probably explains why like why if you catch me on the right day, I turn into a Halsey did nothing wrong kind of Halo fan. But yeah.
Yes, the Forerunner built this place, what they called a fortress.
Like another example of that would be like Reverse Flash from the CW. Like they just fucked his character over like with more appearance. He just became less valuable in terms of his appearances. But the aspect of him where there is a bit of nuance, like how much he kind of cares about the Flash crew to an extent, and there is a bit of that. That's interesting. That's really interesting to me. That's a make him sympathetic for a moment, or do you pull it out? That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, like cut to him just abusing Harley or other such people for no good reason for the rest of the episode, for the rest of like 4 minutes straight, and be like, you felt sorry for this man.
World, in order to.
It's not from an elite, and it sure as hell isn't human.
In order to.
It's not from an elite, and it sure as hell isn't human.
No, that can't be.
Jacob's signal is close. Keep it tight.
My motion tracker reads friendly.
Jacob's signal is close. Keep it tight.
My motion tracker reads friendly movement. 50 yards.
Keep it tight.
My motion tracker reads friendly movement. 50 yards.
He's got contact! Left! Oh my god!
What? Ranker! Call it out!
God!
The Covenant found something.
They're not Covenant! They're just there!
Buried in this ring, something horrible, and now
Nobody move.
they're afraid.
Our urge to create is immutable.
The angels.
Our urge to create is immutable.
The angels' form is that of raw.
Once we've adjusted all these audio values, we'll be able to move on to visuals. Very fun.
Unformed potential.
We are the flood.
The cohesion.
We must create
Many.
We are the flood.
The cohesion.
We must create
Many beings.
We must create
Many beings split apart,
There is no difference.
requiring reformation.
But the beings we create shall never again reach out in strength against us.
All life.
What the Forerunners feared does not die.
All.
But the beings we create shall never again reach out in strength against us.
All life.
What the Forerunners feared does not die.
All things.
Did I?
All life.
What the Forerunners feared does not die.
All things. Rock and metal, soil and skin,
Until all space and time are rolled up,
and everything between.
No more will.
and life is. Until all space and time are rolled up,
And everything between.
No more will.
and life is crushed in the folds.
No more freedom.
No end to war, grief, or pain.
All that is created will suffer.
Final equilibrium.
All will be born in suffering.
Endless greatness shall be their lot.
All are instruments and receivers of our vengeance.
All creation will tailor to failure and pain.
We are the last precursors. And now we are Legion. We are the last precursors. And now we are Legion.
I don't remember if we did this last section here, but I added this at the end.
How horrific must it have been for the warrior to find his body erupting into that dreadful form.
I could only understand some of what the voices were trying to say.
What would his last thoughts have been?
They wanted to be free. They wanted to die.
And was he in there somewhere?
They could not decide which.
Seems good to me. Okay, I feel pretty confident with that whole audio experience. Now here's the slightly less fun part, where we got a lot of things to work out in terms of visuals, and we're gonna start with the cold open over here, because in total, what would this be? This is like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 30 minutes. It's like 6.5 minutes so far. I like sympathetic villains too. There are so many sympathetic Batman villains. He needs one real devil. Yeah, he does. He does. It's one of the only options I have that gets me worked up when other people disagree on opinions. When you not sure why. That what like the Joker shouldn't be sympathetic. He should just be the devil. How How do you feel about the Joker movies? Because obviously they're not very they're obviously quite sympathetic towards Arthur to a degree. Though the second one goes out of its way to say it pretty directly, like, he is responsible. You shouldn't glamorize what he's done. He's responsible for what he's done. You shouldn't be putting him up on a pedestal. How much Joker movie do you reckon there is in there? Because, you know, he never quite morphs into the Joker, and if you ask the creators behind the scenes, the guy that stabs him is that, like, at the end of the second movie is like destined to become the Joker in a way, like, because he like makes the Heath Ledger smile on his face as a reference. Yes, even the second I find are objectively good as standalone movies. I absolutely love them, but as Joker movies, no. Fair enough. I thought the musical aspect in the second one was mostly wasted, and that the choice of songs was, like, they didn't actually add very much, with the exception of a couple, which are quite stand out. But considering 40 minutes of the movie is songs, I would have expected more impact from them. Not using it in this edit, not at all. I have it in the files, but not using it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yo, is your sister, like, pestering you to watch Amazing Digital Circus again, considering new episode of it came out? Big developments in Digital Circus land. In like 3 months, they'll release like the final one, and that'll be it. And then your sister will be like, "There's no excuse. You gotta watch it. There's only like 2 hours of content left. Just do it." That's too loud.
Who were they?
That's way too loud. What? How did that get too loud? What? That's so loud, bruh. I didn't make you that loud. Huh? You're meant to be quiet. I don't understand how these fades work in this editing program.
It's very old.
Gotta make you quieter still. That sounds a bit better to me.
It's very old. The monster.
The precursors? Who were they?
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Ancient masters.
Then we became the Lost Ones.
An ancient transsentient species long since gone from the galaxy.
Precursors were powerful.
Ancient for humans, but also for Forerunners.
Older than the light.
Ancient beyond our measure.
Older than this rock.
Those who gave you breath, and shape, and form.
Older than your god.
Some say that long ago, they shaped Forerunners in their image.
Those who created us.
Creators of all life in our galaxy.
Who formulated the very concept of the mantle.
It knows us.
I can see their rules written in our genetic codes.
They made Forerunners. They made humans.
We are creatures of precursor law, down to the very chains of molecules within us.
See, at this point, I wish it was a bit louder.
Inside and out.
They made thousands of other species and erased them, when they felt the need.
We announced to your kind.
Okay, what if I? No, that happens too suddenly. That's just, ugh. I swear, like, Sony Vegas was simpler with this. Ugh.
It's very old.
I'm very blessed. They are just pretty much straight up remakes of my favorite film of all time, King of Comedy, and I love them for that. Fair enough. Yes, she is indeed. She spoiled a lot already, and I told her I'm waiting for the final, and I'll binge it all back to back, and then make a kind of edit for her. Watched editor can't even fade properly. I don't know how these tools work. Why doesn't it fade like other things? Why is it like weird and complicated?
The monster.
The precursors? Who were they?
We called ourselves the Veiled Ones.
Ancient masters.
Then we became the Lost Ones.
An ancient transsentient species long since gone from the galaxy.
Precursors were powerful.
Ancient for humans, but also for Forerunners.
Older than the light.
Ancient beyond our measure.
Older than this rock.
Those who gave you breath. And
we took away the mantle of responsibility.
So you reached out and did what we never themselves.
Were defied and hunted.
They marveled at the power of... But that was good.
In the dark.
We saw the misery and found it good.
There was a judgment of my maker.
I have a solution. I have a solution to this problem. I am a genius, you see. What do you want? Heh. Genius. That's what I am. Genius. What? What's going on? Don't you crashing on me? You crashing on me? You are not crashing on this. This is some tiny shit. Why do you need to crash in this? Sora shut down. Huh? Sora shut down. Wait, the AI generator? Huh. That's... Is that good? I want to say that's like good, right? But it probably doesn't change anything. In terms of AI is scary and it'll deplete our oceans and all that. Okay.
Forerunners in their image.
Those who created us.
Creators of all life in our galaxy.
Who formulated the very concept of the mantle.
It knows us.
I can see their rules written in our genetic codes.
They made Forerunners. They made humans.
We are creatures of... ones to receive the mantle. The blessing of rule and protection of life and change that thinks.
The decision is final. That blessing was to be given to others. Humans will replace
Humanity will be tested next.
As I feared.
You could not, so you reached out and did what we never expected. Destruction.
Most were extinguished.
Of reorganization.
A few fled beyond.
We sprang
Okay. Okay.
Only disease and misery.
To meet you.
But that was good.
In the dark.
We saw the misery and
Left of this place was their judgment.
That there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away. That there's nothing you
Was their judgment.
that there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
Left of this place was their judgment.
That there's nothing you can ever love that it can't.
I don't know how the fades work in this. You know, I'm just gonna cheat it again.
an alien virus.
There will be nothing left of this place. Was their judgment.
I'm just gonna cheat it. I'm just gonna cheat it. I'm just gonna cheat it.
An alien virus.
There will be
To know.
the flood. When the flood is finished,
An alien virus.
there will be nothing left of this place. Was their judgment.
That there's no.
Virus.
There will be nothing left of this place. Was their judgment. Was their judgment.
That there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
I fundamentally don't know how this works. And it's buffering me. What am I not doing about? They don't sound the way they should. Like this, why doesn't this just tailor to nothing cleanly? Like this. Well, why doesn't this tailor to nothing? Because it's not. It's not tailoring to nothing.
That there's nothing you can ever. That there. That there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
The flood. When the flood is finished,
An alien virus.
there will be nothing left of this place. Was their judgment.
That there's nothing you can ever.
Virus.
There will be nothing left of this place. Was their judgment.
Virus.
There will be nothing left of this place. Was their judgment.
That there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
That kind of sounds good, though.
Virus.
There will be nothing left of this place. Was their judgment. This place was their judgment.
That there's nothing you can ever love.
Their judgment.
That there's
Left of this place was their judgment.
Virus.
There will be nothing left of this place. Was their judgment.
that there's nothing you can ever love that it can't take away.
I think I've accidentally stumbled onto something that's quite cool, actually. So I think I'll just go with that. Okay. Imagery. 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 I'm gonna get some water real quick and then I'll... See? Told you I'd be right back. You know what's funny? I just got reminded of because of the existence of your Joker edit. Remembered me. The most wholesome version of the Joker Harley dynamic is by a country mile. The 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 Lego version, and it's not close. He answer the door. Fuck. Yes, my name is on the door from when I was a little boy. you know too much. Oh, you know too much. It's my fault, of course. you found out some things on your own. I told you other things. You just found out that. Ugh. Got to go. My mom's going to meet her. Go meet your mom. Go meet your mom. Remembered me. Go meet your mom. Don't you tell her about my door. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Jesus. Sorry, should I take? I don't know if you feel how you feel about taking the name, Wald's name in vain. Ugh. Okay. We need imagery. That's what we need. First over here, though, we'll just we'll remove some stuff we're definitely not going to be doing.
On the essence of life itself.
The flood had spread too far and too wide.
The only way to stop their advance
They were
is to remove that life
the Forerunners.
on which they feast.
Cortana. What exactly am I looking at?
Halo. What?
I take it back. Our flight got delayed. Our flight. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that. That's probably sad. The great is very much annoyed. I can imagine. That would be annoying. That would be.
What am I looking at?
Halo.
What the hell?
Look at it. Something scrapped.
You know, this exact imagery here, I'm probably going to find something else for it to be here, because it's not ideal to have the comic panels. In fact, you know, just for funsies. What if... No, that's not what I wanted. Damn it. Ugh, finicky fucking editing software. Very effective, high-grade, professional level editing software, you... What would it look like? like, oh no, that's like not viable at all. It's not even like fucking close to viable. What if it was like, what if it's like this?
It's Forerunner.
You recognize this, Benty? Never seen it before.
Nah, that ain't working. That ain't working. That is not working. We'll deal with it later.
Never seen it before.
Because I for the moment, I'm gonna keep it there and find a replacement image from Mona Lisa, moaning Lisa. She's not moaning. I just zoom in on the faces of the comic. Yeah, but it's not high fidelity, and this. Oh, you know, yeah. There's going to be a clip. There's going to be a clip where it works. I don't know about the faces here. It's not high enough fidelity for that to work, in my opinion. Though we can sharpen it a little. Unlike the actual comic scans I have that I could use potentially, which I have like upscaled using AI. I don't quite have the knack to do that with this just yet. I might consider doing it like for placement shots, but yeah.
Jacob signal is close. Keep it tight.
You know, I can upscale in the editing software to a degree, and maybe my computer is able to do that now. But yeah.
Close. Keep it tight.
Okay, that's the this shot. This shot I'll probably use. But I won't have the same shot here and here. I'll probably pick one and change out the imagery for the other. So it all makes, you know, there's a bit more variation because I don't want to cut back to the exact same thing. And you've got this one. Gotta use this one, I think. And I love the way this shot comes in.
Nobody moves.
They're afraid.
Like the tone of the head, they're afraid. The zoom in, that's like low. That's like good cinematography right there. Anyway. Looking for imagery for this over here, and we're going to start pruning down dialogue. The black bars is bugging me. Just set the timeline to widescreen. I don't understand. It's under project sentence, timeline resolution. Is it that simple? Under project. It's under. Project settings. Timeline resolution. Timeline format. It's already. Oh, wait. Is it already set to that? It's currently set to 3840 by 2160. One sixty. I don't know how I should. I don't know how I should, if I fuck something up by changing it. What if I? Oh. Right. How do I workflow color fusion view timeline record voiceover source tracker indicate track output trying to remember Damn, that is simpler. Was I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting how to undo the time. How to undo and transition. Video clips, razor, split clips, detect. Washed editor over here. Now you could actually call me a washed editor because I don't know how. Because I'm forgetting how to do this. You know what? I'm looking up the tutorial. I'm looking up the tutorial as to how I got the black bars so I can reverse engineer it. um, Adobe. No, what? uh, Da Vinci. Da Vinci Resolve. Black bars. Okay, on the upside, this one tutorial that did it is like the most efficient tutorial I've ever seen that tells you absolutely everything, and it's got a bit of personality, so it's actually it's a good tutorial actually by
I saw that my PR.
that's an ad by Mario Ivanov M2, how to properly add cinematic bars. Okay, go to timeline. Output blanking. That was it. Reset. Oh wait, I'm just remembering the other reason I have black bars is so I can cover up stuff like that. I just got used to that as a thing I could do. I'm gonna have to adjust to a whole new way of thinking now. Darn it. Okay, but it shouldn't be a problem to like. If I'm okay, like this shot, this shot. What if I just, what if I just, what if I just, what if I just? Oh, it's a bit too much. There, yeah.
Nobody moves. They're afraid.
Oh, that looks so good. Oh, it fills the whole screen. I've been living a lie. I've been living a lie thinking I couldn't do that. I feel so silly now. The things you don't do in your work because you just don't know it's there because you don't think to look it up. uh, anyway, uh, if it's 16 to what was it? 13 2. Yeah, I don't see. Does it change? There's like a slight difference. Yeah, there's a slight thing at the bottom you can see. I'll adjust it per thing. Like, there you go.
Nobody moves. They're afraid.
This is another example of that. No, I shouldn't do this right now. I should do this later. I should, in like the whole post-processing aspect. Okay, well, thank you remembered me. Oh, 0.5. Yeah, I've got it there. I've got it there. I've got it there. Yeah, no, that's not what I want. No, I've got it there. See? Got it there. It's all set. We are so set right now. You can't see me adjusting it, but I've adjusted it to that level. Thank you, remembered me. You're such a helpful lad. You're such a helpful guy. Yeah. helping. At least for sound is widescreen. Yeah, there would be some edits where it doesn't quite work as well, like an edit that was heavy on on Halo Reach footage would be an edit that you wouldn't necessarily want to do that with. Yeah. Anyway, we're now going to start passing down this whole thing here. We're about to start working out a bunch of stuff. Don't need anymore. And additionally, we're gonna work out imagery to go over this section, because I'd like to do this section of imagery first before I move on to the next one. Just gonna group this all up because we're just gonna blam through it. We're just gonna blam through it. Oh boy, we're just gonna blam and blicky with the. We're gonna go blicky with the sticky. Wait, no, I'm not holding a gun. Why would I? That's not right. Yeah, I'm a Britannian. I don't know what a gun is. I got a fucking knife, mate. I'll get you. I'll stab you. I'll bring a knife to a gunfight, and I'll win anyway. I'll stab you. That's how the British Empire worked. We had knives, everyone else had guns, and we won it everywhere. That's how history was, right? we we won with our knives until America forced us away with their guns. And that's why we lost America. Yes. And that's why they'll never take away the guns in America, because they don't want to be taken over by the British again. That's canon. That's canon historical law. All right. So we got this big old chunk. And we're gonna really process this big old chunk. We're gonna remove stuff we don't need. We're gonna pick out stuff that we're gonna immediately use, and we're gonna just put it to the side, and it'll be a disorganized chunk again. Did you almost say Fallout Reach? Fallout Reach, I did. It was such a fun. It was such a. You're such a fan, you mix up the names you need on a game show. I haven't even watched the Fallout show, my guy. I'll watch it before I go on there. I'll probably do a fucking Fallout 4 game show, because fucking there might be trivia. There might be a trivia question. I'll be fucked. But I presume it'll be like the show more than anything. I haven't. I probably won't get on it, but it'd be so funny if I do. It'll be so fucking funny. We're gonna do what? To me, I prefer you to bring a spoon to a gunfight to reach them out. The fuck's a spoon gonna do? What am I gonna scoop out your eyeball? No, bring a. I was tempted to go like get the keychain and like brandish my little like Swiss Army knife from the keychain, but I feel like YouTube might not like that.
A cradled kind, torn asunder and set loose upon those beside and those before.
Might use that.
A new wave had crashed upon this galaxy's shores. A twisted deluge, once more seeking unity.
Okay. Maybe.
They have unleashed it.
Maybe.
Death that spreads like spilled blood.
Maybe.
Happen in the darkness. The enemy. Make it loose.
That's already loose, so getting rid of you.
My life workers have made plans for the receiving of humanity. Of all life after the Heroes of Fire.
We need that for later.
Boss.
Okay, this is imagery we're gonna need later. This is imagery we're gonna need. This later we could use later. We're all multitasking.
Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected instrument.
Don't fucking need that.
Okay.
Might need that. Might need that. Actually, no. I don't need that anymore. Not doing that anymore.
We're Sarge. On your mark. Come on.
Nope.
Get your head. Come on, Marines. Get your.
Nope. Nope.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
Is it possible? Have we gotten ahead of it?
Nope. Wait. Actually, we'll keep that.
What? I've smelled it before.
Might use that later.
Talk to me.
Nope.
Hunt. Hunt.
Hunt. Why you? Stop that.
Hunters of his kin.
I haven't seen the show either, but didn't love the games personally. I really like Halo. I really love Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. They're not quite of a similar caliber. They got very different like strengths and weaknesses, and Vegas comes out on top because it's like writing is so it's got a certain like ooh to it. I've played a little bit of 4, but 3 and New Vegas are like love them. I'm so happy that there's a mod where you can like combine them into one game. After reading a certain Michael Christian novel, read it, you'll know which. I always walk with my hands in my pockets and the key against my fingers. I'm not familiar with Michael Christian. I went through a phase in college where I did that. Except instead of a knife, instead of a set of keys, it was like I think it was like a small box cutter. Well, no, it was a Swiss Army knife that I'd practiced being able to like quickly open in my. Why? Because I was mentally not in a good place at the time and suffering from mild paranoia. That's self a diagnosis, but that's it. Really, I was fucking paranoid. I really believed that there were like almost literal shadows coming to get me. I would dream about it. I would wake up and I would have not sleep paralysis demons. I wasn't paralyzed. The demon was there, but I could move, and I would get up on my bed. I would retrieve the box cutter that I kept underneath my pillow, and I would stand on my bed ready to fight the demon, murder the demon. This demon coincidentally looking like a vague, shadowy version of someone from my college or whatever. And because I was, I had totally straightforward and positive feelings about everyone there. Definitely, certainly not mixed. And I would stand there and I'd challenge it and I'd wait for it to come after me, and then I'd realize, oh, it's not there. I'm hallucinating, because the hallucination would like fade, and I wasn't scared. I was like happy that they were there. It was like a relief. Like, oh fuck, the thing is finally here. I get to fight it. My anxiety can end. But then the next day it'd be like, oh, it wasn't real. My anxiety is still here. The enemy is still coming. And eventually I got over it. But yeah, middle college wasn't very good for my mental health. Yeah. That's a concerning story. See, you randomly putting up things like this is why I've managed to figure out so much about you, and you know nothing about me. I don't see how. Actually, no. I mentioned my work. Yeah. I don't see how what extra thing you're gonna work out from that. You're not gonna work out where I went to college, or like where I stayed. Just from that, that'd be. Actually, you might have fully mentioned that I went to a certain school at some point. Ah, fuck. Whatever.
Hunters of his kin, crafters of his yoke, blind to us, but bound to us.
Don't need that.
But not like before they sought.
Having trouble with. Oh, it's fucking AI dialogue leveler. Fucking useless tool. Don't need that.
But not like before, and not as we sought. Not to commune, but to command. It was like our Lord. It is not our Lord. Not to. Not to commune, but to command. It was like our lord. It is not our lord, but it seeks to be yours.
Maybe.
More brute. Worse. By the gods, where's that back?
Maybe you already have. Where was I staying? Where was I staying? Remember me? Are you telling me you know?
Listen to the silence. 10 million years
I made that too loud.
Of deep silence. That is what we bring.
I made that too loud. Also, I don't need these anymore.
Listen.
That is another halo.
That could be good imagery. It's good image. Yeah, I might use that. Oh, this is the little the video, the little short film. The audio mixing could use a little bit something on this. Got a shot here.
Enjoy.
Like to use that in a tasteful kind of way. You know, I don't know if I could fit the imagery from Curse of the Nightmare in here, but it'll go somewhere.
No, wait.
Like, at least I know where it can fit. I don't know if I could fit it into like the we're anticipating the flood section where it's like, oh, what's this, Benty? What's this?
Tell me.
What the hell are those things back there? We're not going anywhere until you tell me what they are.
He's infected.
Infected?
That's for later. Actually, now that I think about it, I might use these for just the visual sense. Just the visuals. Where's the visuals? It's big maybe. Not like a guarantee or nothing. Just the visuals. There we go. That's a visual I could use. That too.
How could a civilization capable of building something of such magnitude have been so utterly defeated by the flood?
That's for later.
The nether humans were never attacking us. The humans were acting as caretakers, throwing away planets so that this infection would not spread.
Visuals.
Acting as caretakers, throwing away planets so that this infection would not spread. We had no way of knowing that the Fool Runners were not your only enemy.
We are the last of those who gave. We are the last of those who gave you breath and form millions of years ago.
They have yet to know suffering. This we shall bring to them with unrelenting dedication.
In 101,000 centuries, unity again, and wisdom. Until then, sweetness.
Doesn't let you say the name of it. What? What did you... Fucking dreading what you're about to send me. You looked at my IMDb page! Oh, fuck me. Of course you could look that up. It's public information. I did all three. The one I'm thinking about as the drama college is the second one. Okay? It's the second one. Jesus Christ. I fucking... What do I even have IMDb for? I haven't been in anything that's like had an IMDb credit in fucking years. And I'm still paying for it. To be up... Like have a proper account on it. Ugh.
They took the mantle of responsibility upon themselves, and in so doing, they brought the sickness to our shores.
Husband.
The flood is pure of intent, relentless, almost.
It devoured everything it touched.
Their song grows in strength.
That we create, we also destroy.
Okay, you know, I'm gonna get rid of that.
Forerunners will know pain as we have known pain.
We're past that point now.
Yeah, right. What about your flood?
I had to study it. We had to study it. So we used Covenant.
You have no defense against such a foe. Any plan?
That's later.
No vengeance, no plague, only unity.
Sickness, always sweetness for its grinding. We will analyze everything here, and we will learn. The flood will be defeated.
Work, fight, live. All the sweeter. Mind after mind will shape and absorb. In the end, all will be quiet with wisdom.
True, but Charlie Foxtrot was like 2 years ago, and I haven't been in anything since. I haven't. That's the only credit I have on there. To be honest, I almost wish it wasn't the only thing that, because I think Charlie Foxtrot is low key kind of shit. I don't think it turned out super well. Like, okay, you know what? That's not true. I think the actual core comedy of it all is good. I think its actual message is fucking tone deaf. And it's making a fucking false equivalency and feeds into just like, I don't, you think you're a rebel, but you're part of the fucking establishment narrative. Whatever.
All the sweetness for its grinding.
I shouldn't. I've said it now. She was nice enough, the lady running it, but she also never called again to see if I wanted to be in something she was in. So, yeah.
All the sweetness for its grinding mill.
And it was an impossible fight.
It is awake because you are here. You are here because it is awake. What is it? It's been down there all this time, waiting to meet you.
Yeah, this is all like a bunch of maybe.
No, I have duties, and I have a terrible cargo here.
It fed on intelligent life, and in doing so,
Hold still!
That's stuff we could use. Oh wait, this is also stuff. This is also something we could use. Wait, not that. This. Oh, I got snuffed at the Oscars for that performance. Yeah, I got did it? I got abused for not getting my background performance acknowledged. Which, for the record, I didn't find. That's not true. Which I didn't find particularly funny. You didn't find Charlie Fox funny? Fair enough. I quite like. I wish it leaned into the cartooniness of it a bit more. Because the moment where the guy like holds the microphone and is like he does the Zeke Heil salute. I shouldn't have done that on camera. Fuck it, I don't care. Zeke Heil, not for real. But you know he did the Zeke Heil salute, and because he got electrocuted, it's like, oh, he's a secret Nazi. You know, that had like something to it. That was like it sort of elevated it. It was funny. But didn't say it that way. Do need that. You'll have to suffer later.
This is the way.
We were told by the Great Mind, the greatest of them. And some.
Now the big virus.
Not a virus, more of an infestation. It came with the Covenant prisoners and just spread. The more bodies they took over, the more...
Taking over bodies?
The flood. Their infection forms. Remember a person taking them. Are you again hoping to take vengeance upon forerunners?
Anyone watching the archive of this, just like skimming through, would have no clue what we're talking about.
Are you again hoping to take vengeance upon forerunners? Is that why you put this PA?
Oh no, imagine I post that on Twitter. Guys, this Halo creator did a Zeke Heil salute in the middle of his stream, proving that he is in fact a terrible Nazi man. Oh boy. Do not support this man. I have screenshot DMs. He's actually a terrible man. Go for I once had a positive interaction with Haraspis on Discord. You're gonna find that interaction on the fucking like Halopedia where you can put them together, and you're gonna make Haraspis fucking Alex Wakeford. He's gonna have to denounce me for having once like said something complimentary about me. He liked my video. He's gonna have to denounce that I was cool, that my video was good. Yeah. We're gonna put Alex Wakeford in a fucking bind. That's what we're gonna do. That's what you get for being progressively minded, Alex. Ugh. You get put in a bind. You got a beauty spiral. I'm losing my fucking mind over here.
You should have punished my ancestors then, he gasped. There are entire species and civilizations.
Past that.
A carrier form to escape. They learn, Rimmer whispered. They take what you know and learn. Something buried.
Captain, we've got to stop the captain.
Please?
The weapons cache he's looking for. It's not really. We can't let him get inside.
I've been giving mine to a Nazi. It explains the pics on Discord. You know which one. What do you mean? They had nothing to do with. They had nothing to do with Nazism. That's. You are a bigger freak than I am. Interpret that how you will, archive watchers. Actually, you might not be a bigger freak than I am. It's just we got to. No, I probably am a bigger. Shit. No, we're moving on.
There's something buried.
The captain, we've got to stop the captain.
Keys?
The weapons cache he's looking for. It's not really. We can't let him get inside.
I don't understand.
No. Okay, don't need that one.
Why do we always have to listen to this old stuff, Sarge? Watch your mouth, son.
Nope.
Stay close, Jenkins.
Don't need that. Don't need that either. You know, I'm excited to see how they do the found footage element of how they do that scene. Like how they're going to enhance it. Also, I wonder if they're going to retcon that Jenkins is still a private, because you know, like as is in the canon, him being a private, he's been like that for like 26 years, and that's a long time to never get an advancement. He's like Harry Kim from Star Trek Voyager, except made sense in Voyager. That could be.
There. That's what's going. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they're gonna retcon Jenkins so that he's a higher rank.
You know, friendly fire. Something. What do we have, Sergeant? Looks like a covenant patrol. Man has a lead you.
Real?
Okay, I'm ready. Friend of yours?
No, we just met.
No, we don't need fighting. That's for later. Just the reaction shot there.
Nothing good can come from
opening the deep dark wounds of his. And like you, they will feed.
I think we're past that.
Grow fat on preeminence and power, on hubris.
Is that to be our punishment?
It is the way of those who seek out the truth of the mantle. Humans will rise again in arrogance and defiance. The flood will return.
Step back! Stay back! You're not turning me!
That's definitely for later. That's the same thing.
But a thick stench of endless fear and life gone desperately wrong.
A horrifying parasite that fed on and assimilated all sentient life.
Things not truly alive. Failed gods from old times, bitter and dusty. The ghosts of our ancestral enemies.
Oh. Destruction. I don't get it. I don't know what you're referencing.
Things not truly alive.
Join your human friends and sing sad songs, Manipular. There is judgment, and just doom is upon us all. It is what you all deserve, no more.
Halo was some sort of super weapon.
It activated this. That terminal, try there.
You all right? You all right?
Maybe you get used.
Give me a second access. Eyes, all worlds. And if there is guaranteed perpetual existence after that, what does it matter how the end comes?
Correction, my spelling of the previous message. Not talks good. I can't even tell which message you're correcting, but I forgive you. I'm very dyslexic. Words are hard.
I have pity within me, he said, and infinite time, but I also have impatience, because I am all things. She couldn't see where it ended. It had no boundaries. They still exist in me, as will you, and all the organics you serve. Do not be afraid, the Graveline said. There is a warship smoothing our path to Earth. We exist together now, he said. Do you see the ship?
The data she had on the flood.
There is only struggle or succumb. Either way, the primordial will have its due. We have met our creators. They have given us the answers we seek. And that is our curse.
Or it may already be loose.
And that the flood might again place the entire galaxy in peril.
He watched a small white pod of a creature latch onto a marine's chest. Take over. A cold worm of dread coiled in his belly. It made them aggressive. On savage a marine's chest. Watch the life leave those eyes. Watch something else take over. A cold worm of... It made them aggressive. Savage. As the flood surged around the last corner and came toward them, a slavering mass of rage and violence and nightmares they never knew they had.
Perhaps there was a shred of truth amid the prophet's lies. Life in... Once the flood had consumed everything they needed on the ground, their insatiable hunger would direct them to this ship, where they would be unleashed upon the stars. And how the few had encountered these monsters, all had heard the stories that had passed through the Navy over the last few years. All had some familiarity with the name of these nightmarish creatures, like the dark sailor myths of old.
Christ.
Near the end of the Forerunners' 300-year war with the Flood, a little more than 100,000 years.
We have to get back there. That was a city. A city. Imagine.
You. You're good. You're good. You're not. You're not. You are. You're good. Oh, you're definitely what I want. You're probably, parts of you could be.
There is only one truth. That which was done will be done again. For we cannot cease from creating. But the end of all our creation will be to look into a reflection and see ourselves for the first time. The pain we have brought on ourselves. The pain you caused us. For we are the same. All the men.
Either way, our creators will have their vengeance for what we did to them. You felt it, didn't you? The darkness.
No, beyond that. Wait.
I am the last of those your kind rose up against and ruthlessly destroyed.
In Vale's opinion, its story had rationalized an act of vengeance so horrific, it would have been evil no matter how the Forerunners had betrayed their creators. Had they even done it?
Well, unless the flood kills us all first, in which case the flood will be moved. The take inspection of the quarantine labs today.
I really need to replace this footage I'm using for the Halo Anniversary terminals because it claims to be 60 FPS, but this is not 60 FPS. That's well below 30. I mean, if I... Come on. Like, every frame is just not moving, which doesn't look good.
Nasty wounds. Whatever it was.
That opened him up wasn't the blade. It took a hell of a lot of force to do that kind of damage. But what?
Killing Joke movie. Over the years. I watched it once, quite a while ago. I find the Batgirl section at the beginning to be conceptually, like, I sort of get it, because outside of it, you don't have you don't have Batgirl actually doing stuff that isn't being victimized by the Joker. And so you should see her doing stuff and like what she's losing in effect. And the Killing Joke in itself probably doesn't have quite enough content to justify a movie length unless you significantly expand it. Maybe not significantly. The romance between her and Bruce is weird as a decision, though it's hardly the only interpretation to do that. And I think the only thing I like about it is the speech that Bruce gives to her about the abyss when all hope dies and stuff. Because it's very obvious, like tying into the rest of it. As for the actual Killing Joke performances, I think it's obviously good to have the like iconic versions of Joker and Bruce actually perform and do the lines and do everything with him. And for the most part, things are realized in a way that is appropriate to the imagery of the original. I I was very mildly disappointed because there existed prior to this the movie an example of what's his name? Joker actor, who's also Luke Skywalker, doing like the iconic Joker speech about World War Three and stuff. Um, and like his intonation there, I felt was superior. Like 15, 20 years earlier. Like something about it was better, and I could never quite place what. I couldn't quite explain it. But like it disappointed me because it wasn't quite like what I was expected in that sense, and that was the thing I was specifically anticipating. I don't know. My thoughts on it are kind of scattered.
It was a prison riot, right?
Oh, forget the thoughts. And the flood seemed to demonstrate a tremendous imbalance, a cruel excess of depravities.
But then we saw how some had changed. Some grew other skins, other eyes, other arms. They broke apart.
The child, older than our time, yet eternally young. The captive, the primordial.
But beyond that,
Been gathered up as if by some monstrous sculptor, and molded and melted into each other like living clay. But more horrible yet, some still had heads, torsos, faces, and some of those faces could look outward through the bars and were watching us with faintly glowing eyes. Gods. We were looking for weaknesses, a cure, an antibody, anything. We only had one infected covenant, but we needed to see how it worked, how it spread. It's strong. The flood got out. The flood is pure of intent, relentless, almost primordial. And it is of...
Open your mind, body, and soul to their chorus. Behold, the end.
This ring contains significant features, and even with your assumed legacy, I must verify the presence and nature of your chaotic before allowing full access. I am 343 guilty spark. Someone has released.
what? 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 Wait, I put the blame in the notification. Not for me. What? I'm not sure if I can say it on stream, but you blamed me. Fuck off. That's not. Oh, yay. Some old American church-going ladies don't think I'm cool. Well, I I just gotta deal with that now. That's just how things are. Yay.
Is to remove that life upon which they feast.
My life workers have made plans for the receiving of humanity and of all life after the halos of fire.
So you agree that halos are our only solution?
I do.
And your husband?
My husband has a different opinion of what's...
I think we've got that already.
No, life demands, the primordial said. It kings, and it's selfish.
Maybe they'll haunt you in my sleep. What, are they gonna die soon? Maybe that's what you really wanted. If you're a Christian, they're not gonna haunt me. They're gonna go to the afterlife. They're not gonna pervade over the mortal plane, right?
It was glad to see us, much as a parent feels joy at the return of a child.
Forced to betray their own kind, while reduced to flaccid monstrosities, sprouting hideous growths, being digested by the flood, soon fit only for absorption in a grave mind.
In the dark belly of a flood-infested ship with the emerging writhe and slop and seethe of digesting body parts, growing and stretching and twisting into a grisly tentacle blob with a mind both ancient and new. You wonder how long down the streams of living time the cycle repeated, if civilizations were doomed to constantly relive and pay for the sins of their forefathers, illuminating small areas of skin and bone and blood and ooze, stretching both for the sins of their forefathers, vengeance begetting vengeance, perhaps from the very dawn of creation. Illuminate They faced 10,000 twisted monsters, Weaver cried. An army of diseased flesh, and leading them, a god 300 hands tall.
Most were human, some were actually Covenant, all of them so misshapen and shambly you could hardly tell. Branching fungi tumbled and poured from their limbs. Their eyes were glazed and vacant. The stink of them overpowered the shit smell. There was a low mumble coming from them, almost in concert, that unnerved. And the flood washed over him, over her, found them.
You know, in actually, just for other reasons, I was re-listening to, you know, Mona Lisa. I think I've decided that out of like the all the characters in Halo who I like the most, it's probably it's probably Chief, Cortana, Halsey, and then Lopez and Getner. It's like three of the main ones, and then like two side characters that appear in one story, and that's it. And both fucking die. Yeah, yeah. So no idea what that's about. What it's about.
They stood there, heads held like they were sniffing the air, or receiving, but so with a memory of them, those things.
And who unleashed a deluge of plague ships upon the galaxy. What the hell is going on down there? Alvarez muttered.
There you are. I did not like either. But you do you, man. It's something about that story and its conciseness is just does and like its efficiency. Something about it is like it plays on yeah. I like it. Yeah. Yeah.
No, stress message. They were devoured, bit by bit.
Just hits the right note for me.
I see it now, and I see it true. Flit and comes to carry us over the threshold of evolution. His body hit the ground with a wet thud.
Which is weird, right? I mean, look at it. Sarge, listen. What is that? Where's that coming from, Mendoza? I don't care. Get out. Good. Let's go.
Ah, that's what I wanted. Realize, like, what? No one? What do you mean, no one? Like, when you say, I assume when you say like, you mean like a lot, because you probably like a couple of them. Well, I thought you were a Jameson fan. Wait, no main characters. Fair. Jameson was a main character for like a few like a 1 year of the Halo franchise. Jameson was a main character, and then Halo 5 came out, and oh boy, and they took 6 years to make a sequel, and he wasn't fucking in it.
What is it? That stench. I've smelled it before.
There is a contagion that escaped us. It is very ship now. There is a contagion.
All right.
This will save me from the storm, but you will be consumed. Arbiter, where is he? Stinking floodbait boxed himself in tight. We'll never break through this. Then we shall force him out. How? The cable. This will save me from the storm, but you will be consumed.
Maybe later. Emil, Jameson, and my main man Henry. And that's about it. I mean, man Henry. Fair enough. You were writing that essay about him. It's very interesting because you can pull out of him about like the nature of like how extraordinary circumstances can have you overcome what we assume to be the same prejudice that like every other member of the Covenant has towards humanity. The Didate are both fine, but meh. I like Sam, John, and Arbiter well enough, but eh. And you want to, and I quote, redacted, 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 to Halsey, but also want to see her get like executed by firing squad. What would be the adjective you use to describe that? If you were to put it into like more concise words.
Given the position, I think maybe it modifies the other symbol. It could mean anything. Change, division, decay.
Towards the first. I think it's some kind of parasite.
Be warned. There are some clips from the Halo show.
Where's the first step? I think it's some kind of parasite.
I knew you'd find me. We knew you would deliver us. Who are you? I am you. Protector. Was you. So long ago, no one remembers. All your ancestors are here with me. We are all within. Within? It knows you.
Yes. Just yes. You would. Your feelings about Cortana is yes. I mean about Halsey is yes. Same person technically. Painful Halo show, shameful. We're so past that. Halo show has some good quotes and has flood imagery that is usable.
It desires your submission. Go. I can't hold them for long.
I don't plan on using too many Halo clips. For that reason, I didn't acquire maximally good quality clips of it.
Then, as if awakened by the arrival of the Covenant, a darker, far more ancient threat emerged from its slumber.
Imagery. Imagery.
He proposed establishing fortress worlds, shield worlds, across the Forerunner portion. When the Primordial and the last of its kind decided on a larger, wider strategy, a greater plan that would no doubt bring about immense pain, but also a greater unity. All precursors were not created the same. Just as the last living precursor, the Primordial, relished in suffering, so did others celebrate joy. The Primordial, and later the Flood, went against the very nature of the Mantle. Its first rule to preserve the balance of living time. Incalculable destruction, gratuitous slaughter, and suffering on a galaxy-wide scale created distortion and restriction in the flow of living time, putting it at risk of collapse. My people erasing our creators and continuing the hypocrisy of holding ourselves worthy of the Mantle set the stage for the greatest imbalance living time had ever seen. And they...
Perhaps the gods were punishing them.
We really needed to adjust the footsteps in that.
That's what you do. Do it!
There was only one jeep.
Charity Falls.
One.
My installation was a weapon, and one which we needed very, very badly.
But Oracle, I do not understand.
Today I need to talk to you about November 17th, 20... Had the plan failed, the Earth would have fallen in hours.
What's left of it, at least. Not even sure why we're here.
I hate Halsey as a person, but I'd censored. who knows what behind the sense of bar? Yeah, it could be anything. You're right. Right. You remove the music after putting it in the timeline. Doesn't that take away longer? How would I take it away beforehand? Like rendering it out prior? I don't quite understand what you mean.
Not Covenant. Let's keep moving. Where are we going? Make the storage room. If we need us, you made it. What do we need us? Not gonna make it. Secure the junction ahead.
Human prisoners!
It's a big bad universe, Sergeant. Covenant aren't the worst of them.
Freeze frame. A combat form he knew from his studies. Destruction was the only answer for such creatures. Infection forms.
When you say removing it from all of it beforehand, do you mean like opening like opening something new and then I don't really understand what you mean. In my experience, because I'm always quite particular about how things are edited up, seems to me you have to take each little clip one at a time.
In the name of the mental and all my honor, I hope it is thee. I fear.
No immunity. Judgment. Timing. Misery is sweetness. Sometimes it gathered to stick together. 2 people, 4 people joining up and speaking with one voice. It called this a grave mind.
Pain. Despair. The spore mountain. The flood. The grave mind studies me, loves me so intensely it will eat me, absorb me into its very center.
Such is the barbarity of the flood.
The grave minds suck experience from all history. There is something rotten inside you. As the pillars that lined the room were grasped by thick, curling branches of flesh. I
just use tools that remove it directly from the video audio file, which saves hours. I did that sort of tool exists. What tool are you referring to? I have never heard of such a tool.
Yet there is emissary song as a whisper in my mind. With each lunar cycle, I send one of our chosen to serve the gods and give shape to their clay.
Do not be afraid.
Right. Be warned, I am considering using Halo footage. Halo show footage, I mean. Why is Halo almost widescreen but not quite? Is because they wanted more like height for the frame. I suppose I could look into the behind the scenes, discover something. Depends on the audio quality. UVR the Audacity tools, the basic black magic tools outside DaVinci. Moses Handbrake has a method that's unreliable. That's a method that's unreliable. When it works, boy, it is clean. I guess I was never thinking in that dimension that you could just remove it from it prior, which it would explain. Like, being able to remove it from it, like, on a more fundamental level would explain things about how certain editors have achieved certain effects. That would certainly open up possibilities. Like for older video games where they don't have an option to natively remove the the music from cutscenes. Thinking of like the Devil May Cry series, which is a thing I've contemplated making an edit on.
It's a laboratory. It's almost human. Almost human.
You're not. The audio in your edit sounds great, but I'm assuming now that you'll just remove the music and screen recorded natively. For the clips I've gotten from the things themselves, yes. There's most of the stuff I've sourced from like YouTube, to be fair. Like all my my actual video footage is all from YouTube, which doesn't necessarily mean it has the best quality. But it's a little easier. Well, it was a little easier on my editing software. I suppose I could upgrade now. It's a little easier on my hard drive, which I don't have infinite space for. Or infinite budget to expand.
What are you?
I you caught me. Yes, you have caught me. I did not rip the Halo Show Blu-ray. I may have used other means. I guess because I'm just used to doing it that way. I'm only moderately willing to spend money on getting new stuff for all this. Like, I'll spend it on the editing software itself, but like the files, like.
Okay. Come on.
Mom! Hey! God! God! Wake up! Oh my God! Do something! What's wrong with you? Shoot it!
Various methods to get your footage. I could send you any for and you away for that. I don't think they'd get me. I don't think they'd get me on that much. Is it really if you get it from method? It is. It is this file in particular. If I go to clip attributes, it's on 5.1, and the only thing that's currently active is embedded channel free. I only download the ones that are 5.1.
Hey!
if they're available. I have resorted to getting DVDs before, actually, for the audio. If I can't find a 5.1 audio in decent quality. Side note, Colonel Ackerson in the Halo Season 2 show is kind of interesting and slightly lopsided in terms of his characterization. Like, the specific ways in which he's humanized and given, like, a new dimension early in the season feels like it's sort of, like, it's not quite enough to, like, bring him to the redemptive point by the end of Season 2. And I'm not entirely sure why, he like would suddenly start caring about like casualties and stuff in that way, even if it is his project. About the Spartan Threes, when they are being sent to do their job and be suicide soldiers.
Stay where you are. I'm on my way to you.
The Ray edit actually was a DVD. I used the DVDs I had. I should have like used the nefarious methods for that, to be honest. And because I didn't quite understand how to, believe it or not, the Ray edit isn't even using 5.1 audio. I am like manually like synthesizing the way for it to sound clean with every single sound you hear in that. All my spare change for the last year has gone to Blu-rays. Lol. You must have a collection besides this, I guess. Ah, thank you, thank you. A combination, like, well, basically just an aggressive use of Adobe Audition, like an unbelievably, like, I was like, if that tool didn't exist, so fucked, so not working. I could have just done it so much easier if I'd understood one small thing, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, also, reverb tends to like hide things. I didn't use it that much in that one.
Nope. Get him out of here! What?
definition, I think I gotta include all of this. Almost all of it. This is footage from a Halo mod, if I remember correctly. One that's basically, what if the beginning of Halo 3, the chief actually dies, and you control a marine. Ugh, it's like, and you control a marine, and the flood are coming, and you're fucked. Here's something that annoys me at least. I've managed to get every Star Wars project perfectly without music in the third track in 5.1 besides the Empire Strikes Back, which I had to use the tools for. And it really bugs me. The audio quality is slightly worse. For just the audio, you could maybe that's occasionally there's the advantage of my approach, which I didn't realize there was a more convenient one of just manually using things like the AI voice, yeah, and the when you isolation and Adobe Audition and things like that. Maybe there are moments where you don't need to sacrifice it so much. Then again, I'm not as conscious of audio quality as maybe you think I am. I am to a degree. Like, there are low quality versions of the Glasslands audiobook that I could feasibly use. I don't want to, because it's just not good enough. When you say slightly worse, how much worse? Charity Falls. Gold mine of visual Halo flood content.
Join me in the space of fresh.
This is a fucking funny inclusion. The Resident Evil 3 intro, but it's Halo. Fan animation. I get the feeling this one won't quite make the cut. Yo, these ODSTs seem like chumps. I don't know if that quite works the way the other ones do. But you know what? We'll include it, because maybe there'll be a shot or two that's useful. Need that for later. That's some dialogue for later.
Scheduled In the meantime, I have exhausted all scheduled research activities assigned by the Council.
It's super subtle, but it's ever so slightly worse, and it bothers me. Same thing of the Cestus Deception audiobook. So those two aren't perfect, and anything else is, and because they aren't as good. So long as you've got the maximal quality of it, like that is feasibly attainable. I feel like that, yes, what anyone can ask of you. It's particularly for an audiobook. I know I just said that I want like the high quality audiobooks for the Kilo 5 trilogy, but that's just because I know they're out there, as opposed to say, um, the first three Halo audiobooks, Fall of Reach, Flood, and um, First Strike. They're all of noticeably lesser quality than everything from Ghosts of Onyx and forward. But because it's like the best version, it's like it doesn't really bother me. I'll only consider changing it if they release like an audiobooks for the original three with the updated text, the updated like revisions from the 25th anniversary edition. Which they, if there was a time to do it, that would be the time. It would certainly get a bit more money out of the people that would be. I'd get it. It annoys me more. This is a funny addendum. I do love Resident Evil 3 though. I have not played any of the Resident Evil games, though I've like by osmosis learned a fair amount about them. Are much higher quality ones. I just haven't gotten them, and I'm dealing with it. But it does bug me. I've already spent almost $1,000 on this edit though. Why is Star Wars so big? Because George Lucas likes money, or did like money. He sold it for a lot more money. And had no shame in merchandising in the thing he made. That's why. Go play the Resident Evil games. Watch Alien. I will. Let me finish some things. I gotta play some other things first. There's the Resident Evil games. There's like fucking 20 of them. There's like 9 main entries. There's like multiple sub franchises, like spin-offs from it. There's non-canon what if games. There's prequels and shit. Is Resident Evil 0 a main entry? Is there 10 main entries? Are there more main entries other than the 9 or 10? I are are the remakes canon, or are the originals canon, or are they both canon? I Where do I start? I imagine the newer ones are like more accessible, but like they only remade the second one in like the newest style, and the original is in the old style. Should it be? There's only like 30, 40 if you count the small ones. The remakes are canon. Fair enough. That makes more sense. They're more accessible. I vaguely know that like the new one has handsome man Leon go back to the like events of go back to the setting of a previous one. It's like, ugh, my past. I'm gonna think about my past. Ooh, I'm gonna save this blonde-haired girl over here. I'm gonna think about my past. We're doing it over again, and I presume they play upon the newer incarnation of it. That would make sense. That would make sense. Is peak fiction. At least play that. Is that the one with the big gray guy in the hat? Who's like following you the whole game?
Surely in light of all that has changed, I should be able to modify my responses to adapt it. I must be sure. I shall obey and consent myself to monitor.
That's not. What do you mean that's not specific enough? Big gray guy with a hat that follows you the whole game. How many big gray guys are there in hats that follow you the whole game in the series? I demand to know.
When the activating the Halo Ray was created, it was a point of some contention whether we should preserve any remnant of the blood infection.
What?
As there was a notable chance that one day one of our future vicinities might be mainstream.
Isn't the guy in 2 like a big, like a mutated orangey red guy, like flesh colored, who doesn't have a hat? Like that's different. And later they have a tall vampire woman in a hat, not a guy. I think she's gray, I guess. The one before, the one with the vampire woman, has like a regular ass fucking like group of people infected by zombie plague, and they're just regular ass people. I'm not seeing another guy with a hat. And there's a blonde guy who's like 7 minutes, 7 minutes. That's all I have time to play with you. Hmm. And my friend is mad that they changed his voice actor.
Those who built this building were almost successful at convincing the Edwin Council to sell
Okay, I really need to replace this footage because
almost
look at
successful
this
at
fucking
convincing the
watermark.
Edwin Council
Ugh,
to do
that's disgusting.
But oddly enough, it was the library who decided otherwise. And I believe she was correct. I know in a way I cannot logically explain that there exists a way to actually defeat the plot. So in your eyes, secure. I still struggle with multiple layers of memory finding the plot. But I know this cure is possible, even though the genius of the Warmers was unable to achieve it. The Warmers each had to be held and used that knowledge once, but it was denied to us. And without samples from further study, that cure will never again be found. Of course, I have no reason to believe that here lies the entire comparison. It may be waiting in the proximity of this galaxy, or worse.
3 games plus the Silent Hill games. The Silent Hill games. What do you mean? Watermark now. It hurts every time. Don't worry. I will straight up change that footage for something else. It's there for the moment. I was tricked into thinking it was high quality.
I don't know what survives beyond my installation, but I know that in order for anything to survive, I have to protect this installation and its quarantine very carefully. Yes, the library must every side of the planet, and every other sentient creature along with it.
No, you've got to come later. Well, maybe. You know, you have to come later as well.
Why these labors?
We're just taking it all. We're just taking it all. How's the new Resident Evil? Is it good? Number 9. The big boy, handsome man Leon having flashbacks. And there is blonde woman he must save. Like the other blonde woman that he saved. And I'm under the impression there's a third blonde woman and or girl that he saved. Making it a trifecta of blonde women that he saved. It was fine. Oh, fair enough. Do you recommend playing the old Resident Evil games before the remake, like the originals before the remakes? Should I play them in release order? Just for like full appreciation. You know, it'd be an interesting stream. Going over the like director's cuts, like machinima / cutscene compilations made by Games Little Playground, and kind of going over their efforts to create like the movie experience, like, and kind of evaluating the quality of their machinima as it feeds into the main narrative. That'd be interesting. Be kind of, I don't know how to title that stream, but yeah. The remakes are just better. It's like Chains of Olympus versus Ragnarok. Jesus Christ, that's a comparison. Yeah, it's that big, really? Are the originals not worth playing just for, the experience that they uniquely like give you? Like the survival horror, the tank controls, all that. Is there not something good about that? But fuck, Chains of Olympus. How do you feel about the God of War trilogy remake? Do you think we need one? Would you prefer like just a remaster of the original three that are accessible on modern consoles and like run good? Maybe like an up-resing of the graphics, but not like a changing of them. Because like the models in like God of War 1 are a little janky.
Given what we know about this ring, it's even more important that we capture the prophet of regret. He came.
We are all of us gravely concerned. The release of the parasite was unexpected, unfortunate, but there is no need to panic. In truth, this is a time to rejoice.
A rewrite of the original Greek games would be very interesting. I'd be worried that they take away the teeth of it, because the original games being kind of how do you say, like a bit juvenile and like hopelessly edgy and mean spirited is really, it's kind of important to the vibe. Um, but like parts of the original trilogy story just don't add up and don't make sense even from a character perspective. Like namely, Kratos gets the time machine and doesn't go back to change like his mistakes. There is a way to make that sort of, you can rationalize that, why he wouldn't, a rationalization that becomes much easier with like the context of Ghost of Sparta, with his own self-image. And maybe you could take the ideas presented in Ghost of Sparta that Kratos has come to see himself as not a literal but metaphorical god of death, where that follows him wherever he goes, and there's no point in trying. And so when he's given the opportunity to redo his mistake, he just assumes, if I go back, somehow it'll happen again. But yeah, between like the Pandora's box retcon, the change in direction entirely in the second game, uh, the the I guess like a less solid grasp on like the rules of what different things can do, and the fact that the original games, every character other than Kratos is like a two-dimensional prop, often one-dimensional props. Like Athena is two-dimensional until she becomes really confusing in the third game. um, Zeus is two-dimensional, sort of. Uh, he would, I'd almost say him like 2.5 dimensional if like some of the cut dialogue from God of War 3 was included, about him like realizing that he's been duped and wanting to change that. As for original, games, I do believe that they cancelled what turned out to probably be an Atreus game, that live service thing. Like that would have been playing as Atreus as an adult going to Greece, specifically the underworld, which is, you can't help but be intrigued at what that would have been. Hmm. Hmm. realized I don't really need the audio and it's just distracting me. Here's a shot that you might be that might be confused. I'm including. I got the Halloween launch trailer, and it's got this shot of a Spartan, like that's infected by the flood, taking a step.
Still waiting.
And it's kind of got aura. I'm gonna turn off the. It's got kind of got aura. Like look at it. So probably not this shot, but the one before it. His hairless boy, so it's Hercules. I think that could be a lot more cleared up. I like Zeus as just a baddie, and I think the third game could be something awesome with Hercules, which is actually mythology. It should be spelled. It's spelled, you British are lying to everyone. Heracles, yeah. But anyway, the third game, I think, has potential for writing. You could definitely rejig Pandora so that like her overriding message isn't so um un- ungodly on the nose. She could say it slightly less. She could say it a few times. There's a way to say it in a less obstructive way. Yo, I've got a clip from a Hidden Xperia video because it's got a picture of the Silex of the flood. In retrospect, the Heracles thing would be interesting to make kind of bring attention to like the Demos thing, especially because Demos has only become more prominent in the recent games. They made a whole game where he's like the second most important character as when they're little kiddies. That ain't nothing. That's something. I think I'll probably end stream soon. Because I've got a fair amount. Because it is quite late. But I'm seeing if I can power through these last sections here. gonna include that. They look so funny in fast forward. I don't really like God of War 2, but I've been told I'm wrong to think that. Side note: Harry Hallman played Perseus in the game, and he's also did the Clash of Titans. That's pretty neat, actually. That's kind of like how Zeus is played by the same guy who did Zeus in Disney's Hercules. There's like a sort of playing against type whilst playing in type aspect to it. The aspect of like with the whole thing of God of War being almost like a kind of a send up of Greek mythology to an extent. When's the next stream? Tomorrow, same time. The flood fucking power roll. Jesus. Who approved that? Is that everything? Okay, so theoretically that should be everything. Because all these clips are theoretically not doing quite the thing we want them to. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to organize those clips another time, because I do need to end stream. Right. 3 streams this week. I am now, unlike all the things, the hive mind wiped from my brain. What is this hive mind? What are you talking about? Whatever. God of War 2 feels kind of light in terms of like gameplay wise, it's a straight upgrade, but it feels kind of light in terms of its like character stuff. It's a pivot to an overall less compelling thing than like the hook for the original game. But it's pivoting in and the whole like aspect of father and son in the first one, and even in the second one, it isn't really like they don't play with that nearly enough, which I suppose they made up for in other entries. Namely, Ghost of Sparta, which overall has a more compelling story, I'd reckon. Script was just generally messy, fun gameplay, but still, yeah. Anyway, yeah, lots of progress over here. Well, have to end it there, but we'll see you soon about stuff. Yeah, I do really like them sending you through the time into the previous game's boss fight. That was really original, and they're definitely gonna keep that. That'll be, especially because it'll all be like one big project, like the same engine and everything. So, yeah. All right, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you for coming. I hope if you just skimming through, or if you are watching the VOD, that's also cool. Yeah, see you tomorrow. That's it. Yeah.